I'm looking for the thing where I can tell people to call them. Wiz, could you help me with that? Then the write-in. We want to tell people to call them.
Okay.
Give them the number.
Type it right in there. Type 718.
I thought it was 917. Right?
It's 917.
Oh. 727.
727-8020.
8020.
Yeah, 8020.
Right in the back of the car. So you have it right in the back of the car.
Can't look down at the card. You always want to be businessy.
Listen, you're independent, you do as you please. Screw Hollywood, screw whatever the norm is. You do it our way here. Oh, that arrogant DNA, listen to him.
Me, Andrew, Glenn joined us. Hey, Michael Johnson. People are joining in live. What's up, guys? I'm so tired. I'm out of bed today. I'm a little tired. You need to turn this up. I can hear myself.
You do?
Yes. Hey, K. Ms. C.O. Jones. Hello. How are you? Hey, Destiny Marie joining us. Michael Johnson. All of the people. Thanks, guys, for joining in. I know it's Saturday. Totally. I could hear you. It just sounds muffled. It sounds distorted.
Are you ready to go live after this?
No, but I'm gonna do it. I wish I could have got it. Hey.
Presents film, food, and more with Damien. Film, food, and more with Damien.
You got it?
Food.
Go on your Facebook. I just tagged you. So you can just do the same, share it, and tag your friends.
Hey. I don't know how to do that, Wiz, but I heard what you just said.
Ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hey, guys, what's up? And welcome to Film, Food, and More. I am live, and I have help from my brother, another co-host from another show that you guys better tune into as soon as we're done. So I'm excited today. I'm tired. I got off to a kind of early start, but the brain wasn't like really working so well this morning. I got up extremely early, and we were able to make the 8 a.m. yoga. But then after, I was like, okay, you got up 8 a.m. And then now I was like exhausted. I'm not loving this camera angle. I don't know why. I'm just not loving it. It's just like really awkward. It's just awkward. It feels like it's watching me, but not the way I wanted it. I wanted it centered. Can someone help me, my assistant? Yeah. A little better. I like that a little better. Yeah, it's just like really weird. Okay. Yeah, I like that a little better. So I look tired. So when I'm kind of sleepy, I kind of look like a member of The Walking Dead. For sure. When is The Walking Dead coming back? Does anybody know when The Walking Dead series returns? I'm excited about that. It's one of the shows that I like. And I know it's really weird. Isn't that weird that people enjoy a show where people are brutally and savagely like ripped apart like each week? That's like really funny. But I mean, it's all for entertainment. And hey, everyone who joined in, Rashid, Muhammad, and just everyone. So what I'm going to start off with today, as I mentioned before, with Film, Food, and More. For Film, Food, and More, I talk about film, food, and more topics and things that are around us. As a filmmaker, it'll be a lot about film, but food is a huge thing in my life. I'm a foodie. My friends are foodie, and in my home, food is important. What we consume. So it's just a great show full with many things. And like I say, it reminds me the goal was to make it like a pot of gumbo. And there's my boy who's here and helping me out this morning, this afternoon rather. That was crazy. So I'm going to start off with the importance of us having last testaments, having healthcare proxies. And I think a lot of us assume that, we're not millionaires or we may not have a lot of assets, that it's not important in our homes. It's really important. It's important, whatever you have, in regards to assets. So recently, Granny's getting older, and a lot of things she had in Mom's, name, Mom's not around anymore. So we've been going through the process of like changing a lot of things. Granny's set in her ways. So there's a lot of things that I wanted to make sure she wanted and she was comfortable with, prior to the day and the event when I don't have her full, cognitive brain anymore. So we sat down and we've been sitting down. So I wouldn't say sat down. We've been sitting down for, over maybe the last 9 months, maybe. And, talking about this and, talking about, the things that she would, want. And, when the time comes where she can't make decisions for herself. So we've been doing that, and it's really been a rewarding experience because Nana's usually not a talker. She's just okay with everything, and she just believes that you just pray to God and everything will be okay. And I'm not taking that away from anyone and denouncing faith, or I would never go against someone's religious views, but I just mean we have to have that dialogue. And I think that a lot of the time, especially the older adults in our family, they're used to just saying, well, God will take care of it. And He will. God will take care of it all, but you still have to talk about it. God wants you to talk about it so He can help you take care of it. You just can't say that God will take care of it and just hope everything will be okay when your loved one passes on. So, yeah, I'm in the process of that, and the healthcare proxy. So a healthcare proxy, for people who are not aware with your proxy, is your proxy can be a friend that you designate, but someone who is able to make decisions for you when you can no longer make decisions for yourself, especially medical decisions. So we've been doing that, and a lot of people don't have that. And I've witnessed people in the hospital, during these times of distress, and they're like all over the place, and the doctor's waiting for a family member to come from abroad or some far off land because no one present can make these decisions. So a healthcare proxy is so important. I've also created a healthcare proxy for myself. Healthcare proxies are personal. I'll talk about my personal experience with myself. So your healthcare proxy, if you are on life support, your healthcare proxy, the designated proxy, will be able to make these decisions for you that you decided, rather to be removed from life support or to stay on life support. I personally said for myself, again, because with Film, Food, and More, I want to give you guys like, straight no chaser and be really, really just fluid, candid with you guys. I wrote in my own healthcare proxy, if there is, a chance that it seems like my brain is still alive and I'm making it. I'm a survivor. Like I'm like a fighter. Always been that type of person. When one thing doesn't work, that saying that people utilize. If the door doesn't open, you build your own. Well, I'm one of those people. I'll build my own door totally, and will continue to build my own door until my eyes close. So I put in my own personal proxy that I would want to be, on life support because I've seen, instances when, people really come out of that. I had a personal family member who, was really, really way gone, and the family were all worried, and his mom came to me, and she's like, you're like a son. I raised you guys, like, your cousins, but like a brother. What do you think? What should I do? It's just me making these decisions. And I told my aunt, I said, no, let's talk to him every day. And we came and we spoke to him every day. Nana prayed, praying grandma. I'm quite sure God heard a lot of Nana's prayers for myself and for all of us as a whole. But we prayed for him, and I was there, and I spoke to him, and I rubbed his hand. What I did was something that's really important to me that I say a lot when I'm doing, my shows. Um, the amount of visitors that were coming through, I kind of had it where we monitor the visitors. You can't have everybody around you the same saying, the same saying for when you have friends. So what I did was I limited his visitors only to close family members and people who I know genuinely had his best interests at heart. And I had that at the door because you just never know who was coming, what spirit was coming in there, and people don't believe in that and whatnot. Not everybody wishes you well, even in your time of distress, even on life support, and even at your worst. I'm quite sure we've all experienced being down and people want you to either stay down and giving you no support and can care less. That's how people are. So get used to it, even at your worst and even on life support. So what I did for that was I told the doctor that we agreed to leave him on, and he came out of it. His mom was happy that she got me involved, and we all were happy. And he's here today, healthy and living. And I just spoke to him like 2 days ago, and so a healthcare proxy is really important. Living will, and decisions on where you may want your children to go and be if they are not, adults yet, are able to make their own decisions. So those are really important, and that's what I started the show off with, because a lot of us are not doing that and not being prepared for that. And boy, you don't know the mess it creates when you're not prepared and you don't have a proxy, a living will, and some type of agreements and things going on about your life and about your children's life. So if any advice I can give, um, sit down with the family and you guys need to talk about healthcare proxies and living wills. Uh, so I started fairly late today, and I have some of my notes here, but my the next show is going to start, so I may not be able to give you all. But if you guys are around right now and you want to call in regarding the healthcare proxy or something that you want to talk about, if you have a project that you're trying to talk about, a film for filmmakers, you're talking about food, a food event, or something really that will benefit the community, hit me up right now at 917-727-8020, 917-727-8020. And thanks for all you guys who are joining in. I appreciate you guys. So um, I'm going to talk really quick about breaking in to the business and the proven way to bring your story to the screen. Again, as I mentioned, I don't have time to give all, but I'll give you some now, and we'll talk about it again. We'll definitely revisit it in a future show. So first and foremost, have a great project. There's simply no getting around this one. For better or worse, entertainment is still a buyer's market. So um, have honest people around you. Like I have table reads at home. I have like one of my best friends come over, one or two of them, Toy and Brian, will come over and they'll sit and they'll hear the scripted pitch that I may be pitching. But have honest people around you that will, tell you things about your stories. And I have mentors also. So I have, like I have a great community of people who are really riding for me right now. But again, so there's a buyer's market because you love something, and there's certain stories that I love. Like right now, I'm working on multiple projects, but I can't put them all out because right now I don't have the leverage to do what I want to do. So I have to put out what's important. So definitely have a great project, a great hook, a clearly defined market, and a project roadmap. And I want to thank you guys for joining in today. I appreciate you guys. I see you on Instagram. I see you on social media and all the places that you follow me and support me. And I'm totally, totally grateful. I am many things, but grateful I am one. I'll be screening at the Baltimore International Black Film Festival in a few weeks. If you guys are out there, it'll be October the 9th through the 14th. And you can check their website, www.Baltimore International Film Festival. And that's about it. And remember, guys, in closing, what I always say is surround yourself to people who are good to you and good for you. Have a good Saturday, guys. Thank you for joining in the Film Floor.
You should say it all the time about that last part. You should always say that. That's your regular, should be your closing thing.
What?
About friends around
I
you.
say it all the
Yeah,
time.
you should always be like,
I do it. I use it. I'm totally
you should say it
serious about
twice so
that.
people understand it.
Totally serious about that. I don't surround. That's why I have like 3 or 4 people.
6:30, we
come
can
up.
do that.
Huh?
Rock don't come.
Rock's not coming. Yeah.
So
how are you?
I'm sorry.
So,
Okay.
How are you?
So,
Good to see you.
You as well. I'm gonna sit.